Another Target boycott called this Sunday to honor George Floyd in a prayerful protest. Reverend Dr. Jamal Bryant announced a national Target boycott on May 25th to honor the 5th anniversary of George Floyd's murder, leading to a 9-minute, 29-second prayer gathering at Conyers, Georgia Target, stating its national act of unity through faith. 20 other faith leaders will hold similar protests at Target stores across multiple states following Target's rollback DEI program. Rob, is this a clip? Before you clip it, let me give some stats here to everybody that's watching this. Target has faced declining sales with a 3.1% revenue drop in Q4 and a 2.8% decline in Q1 of 2025, driven by a 6% fall in comparable stores sales with a 4.8% decrease in store visits per Placer.ai. Brian's TargetFast.org claiming 200,000 supporters demanding Target reinstate $2 billion in black-owned product purchases and fully restore DEI. As he told CNN, we're not going to spend our dollars where we're not honored. Rob, go ahead and play this clip.
Jesus, we have the victory.
Yeah, it reflects America moving backwards away from equality for all people.
Not.
5 years ago, the CEO
I'm not trying to be funny. Is that R. Kelly?
Target said that George Floyd could have been one of his employees, and with no pressure, made a pledge of $2 billion.
That doesn't look like R. Kelly to you?
Looks like
see
it.
mega companies now walk away from diversity, equity, and inclusion is a stark contrast from where we were 5 years ago.
To give your name the glory, the honor, and the
like
thanksgiving. God, keep us on target. So that
it was very important to me. The pastor declared he had a vision to what was supposed to take place. That vision didn't happen. We stand on business. We stand on God's promise. We stand on the word. We're not going back. We're going forward. We are like the #1 consumers and spender. I myself fall in that category.
You can pause that one there, Rob. Tom, your thoughts on this? I honestly, but listen, guy, I'm not trying to be offensive. I thought I was R. Kelly for a second. He got out. I thought he wasn't doing time. Apparently, it's a pastor. God bless you. Go ahead, Tom. You were saying
something. He reminded you of R. Kelly.
Yeah, he reminded me of R. Kelly. Go ahead.
Look, so I'll start with Target, and I'll make that short and sweet. They managed this horribly, from DEI to George Floyd, and then they had all the conservative people mad because they had all these, remember the trans wear for small children, the bathing suits that were girls' bathing suits for boys that featured a pouch for tucking, all that stuff that flipped out the conservative and the family audience because that stuff was there, and they said, we're boycotting you, and they went the other way in DEI, and then when they walked back DEI, all the people in favor of DEI came back and said, now we're upset with you and we're boycotting you. So bad management and bowing to public pressure and things like that puts you in a bad place. That's Target. Now I'm going to talk about the people gathering together there. I think it was beautiful that they gathered together peacefully. I think it was beautiful that they're using freedom of speech to make their point. I think it was beautiful that they had their pastor there. Now, you know, you can't criticize one group's boycott and holding prayer service and then condemn another group's boycott and holding a prayer service, right? Even though they may be a little different. And I think what this comes out is we need a national act of unity on parenting. We need a national act of unity on communities living together without artificial things like DEI trying to force issues. And I know people are going to say, well, you're a white guy, you get to say that. No, I can say that. I can say it would be better in America if we all came together in a spirit of unity, and starting with churches, and I think would be a great place to start that. And I think Target, really blew it, bowing to one side or the other. And these people are getting together and they're standing for their side peacefully, freedom of speech. I didn't see anything crazy there. And so they're boycotting and other people are boycotting. Our national unity needs to be to go upstream and get to the root causes. What was going on with George Floyd? What was going on with fentanyl? What was going on with men without fathers? And these are the things that we need to come together and find unity, because in our diversity of thought, we will find unity of purpose in wanting to make things better and raise better citizens along the way.
Adam, your thoughts?
So the conversation that we need to have, especially for my friends in the Black community, is the conversation around the hero making machine, which you've touched on timeless times, PBD. George Floyd was not a hero. He was not a legend. He was not a champion of any particular cause, especially any cause that affects the Black community. What he was is a poster child for perceived victimhood or perceived police brutality. My hope and prayer for my friends in the Black community is stop perpetuating the same 2 or 3 career paths as the heroes. The Black community will succeed, in my opinion, when they do this. Stop putting athletes, ballers, and rappers as the people to look up to in life. When you start putting people like businessmen, thinkers, doctors, physicists, lawyers,
teachers,
anyone who's actually got a degree and done something with their life or started a business and has improved the community, that is the time that you'll see your community succeed. I want nothing in life more than, as American, to see people who have been wronged in the past to basically rise up and be the greatest they can possibly be. That includes having more Black fathers in the home. I have a lot of Black friends, a lot of Black people that are amazing friends of mine. I want nothing more than them to see them succeed. And then we'll start with the father in the home and the hero making machine being elevated to a better extent.
By the way, this is a mayor. Rob, is this the funeral or is this the 5-year?
This is the funeral of George Floyd.
This is not the 5-year.
No, this is at the funeral where he breaks down and cries.
Where he breaks down and cries. I mean, it's a spectacle. It's what it is. It's not necessarily anything that the really mayor is crying with his mask on. Yeah. So, Vinnie, what are your thoughts on the story here with Target?
I to be honest with you, I don't have a crazy opinion of it. It's just the whole situation, and I've said this how many times. You would never have heard George. None of us in this room, or the entire world, no BLM, no nothing. None of it happens if George Floyd wasn't a piece of crap as a human being. For all the stuff that he did, robbing people's houses with a bunch of guys with a pregnant woman, holding a gun to her, doing all the stuff, high on drugs, trying to pass a fake 20 at that place. He never would have met Derek Chauvin if he wasn't a piece of you-know-what. That's, at the end of the day, be a good person. And again, Adam, you nailed it too. It starts at the home. It starts with freaking being raised the right way. Even though society, it promotes that single mother, you could do it all by yourself and all that nonsense and trying to destroy the nuclear family. It's all on purpose. It's trying to make everybody reliable on the freaking government. And when you want to talk about murders, Tom, what's the #1 murderer of Black people? And you've talked about this before and you brought her name up. Who started the whole thing?
Oh, you want to go? You're going to
just
go
really quick, please.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
Yep.
How many children? How many Black children does that thing freaking murder every single year?
It's never been greater than 16. The African American community has not crossed, to my memory, 16% of the population, but it consistently rides at 40 to 42% of the annual abortions.
Let that sink into everybody. So when people want me to cry and bend the knee and burn the entire country down because of one scumbag who was high on drugs, I'm not buying it.
Well,
Pat.
listen, this
Sorry.
message is brought to you guys by Trojan Condoms. Look, without even taking any money from them, I want to say, go use their product. Because, even last minute when you get excited, you still got to find one. Sometimes you got to run down the store to 7-Eleven, but you can find something. There's 7-Elevens everywhere.
They're everywhere.
You got to go protect yourself because we got to lower that 42% to 16%, 13%. Rob, can you show us the new gear we have with Valuetainment merch for those that go to the gym and work out? Go for it, Rob.
I feel my
That's it.
Look at those legs, Pat.
You seeing that little wink at the end there? I like
that. That was for you, baby.
All right.
The future looks strong and sweaty.
Go to vtmerch.com, place your order, get your gear, go to the gym, sport the future looks bright. And anybody that places an order, you get a I Love VT keychain being sent your way. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.